Good morning, W.W. Robinson. Today is November 7th, 2019. I have Brooklyn here with me this morning. How are you?
Good.
It's a great day. It's Friday Eve, the second best day of the week. Oh, I'm frozen. There we go. Second best day of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Besides Friday? Okay, it is day 5 in our rotation, and tell us what's for lunch.
Hamburger on a bun, baked beans, toasted salad, strawberry cup, orange wedges, choices of milk.
All right, sounds good. And we have Olivia here to tell us about the weather. So Olivia, come on over. I'll have this and you tell them, what is it?
Cloudy.
It is cloudy. Thank you so much. Good job. And I have Kristen here to lead us in the pledge. So please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good job. Thank you, Kristen. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, we have a few birthdays. Actually, we only have one birthday. We have Kiera Minnick. So happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. And then we also have some classes that got good manners, free ice cream. Who are they?
Aisha, Walter, and Esther.
All right. And we're going to read a little bit this morning from, they didn't teach this in Worm School. Chapter 1. My name is Marcus. I am a worm, and this is where I live. So the worm has a bathroom, a music room, a spare room, a game room, a bedroom, a second bathroom, a closet. My favorite color is brown. That's because mud is brown and I really, really like mud. My favorite things are worms, and my hobby is digging holes in the ground. There's nothing I enjoy more than making a complicated underground tunnel system. But when I met Lawrence, everything changed. Let me tell you about how I met him. I was digging a hole like I usually do, like all worms do. But I must have fallen asleep because the next thing that happened was that I was flying a spaceship in outer space. The spaceship was made out of potatoes. Then I dreamed I fell out of a can and into a cereal bowl. Staring at me was a scruffy fat bird who looked a lot like a chicken. It was a really good dream until it got to the bird part. The bird had intense and menacing eyes. Do you know what menacing means?
No.
What do you think? Listen, the bird had intense and menacing eyes. Maybe like kind of mean or mischievous. The worst thing was that the last part of the dream wasn't a dream at all. I really had been in a can, and there really was a big fat bird staring at me. What would you do if you were a worm and there was a bird 2 inches away from your face looking at you with his beak open so wide that you could see his tonsils? Maybe you would do what I did. I smiled a big smile and said in my most cheerful voice, "Good morning." So there's his spaceship rocket out of potatoes, and then there's the bird telling him, and he's telling him good morning. The bird looked confused. He mumbled, good morning back, and then opened his beak again. With his head tilted at a slightly different angle, before he could eat me up, I shouted very loudly and quickly, "My name is Marcus. My favorite color is brown, and my hobby is digging holes in the ground. What is your name, and do you have a hobby, please, sir?" I added a "sir" at the end to be polite. The bird seemed taken aback, closed and opened his beak. My name is Lawrence," he said. And he was about to open his beak wide again. "And what about hobbies?" I asked. "Do you have a nice hobby, Lawrence?" Lawrence sat down, looked at his fat belly, and then looked at me again. "No one's ever asked me that question before," he said. "Really? Well, take your time and make yourself comfortable," I said, encouraging him to lie down on the sofa. I positioned myself a little bit closer to the window. "I'd love to hear all about your hobby. I'm sure it is very, very interesting." You can see our little chicken friend went and laid down on the couch.
Yes.
I didn't mean to keep shouting, but I was scared and I didn't quite know what I was doing. Lawrence didn't seem to notice. He obediently put his feet up. My hobby is traveling," he said. "Oh, how fascinating," I said, trying not to shout as much. And where have you been to?" Lawrence thought for a while. "That's the problem," he explained. "I haven't been anywhere. I'm terrible at map reading. I'd love to visit Kenya and Africa, but it's such a long way to fly. I would definitely need a map to get there." I paused to try to give the impression that I was thinking deeply about what he was saying. "Why Kenya?" I asked. While he was thinking of the answer, I looked out the window. We were in a birdhouse in a tall tree. The latch on the window was too high for me to reach, even if I could have reached up and pushed the window open. I wasn't too thrilled about wiggling down the tree from that height. They didn't teach us how to do that at worm school. You can see he's up in a birdhouse, way up in the tree. They didn't teach him how to get out from there from bird school. Lawrence was looking at his belly again. Why did he keep looking at his stomach? Was it because it was large, or was it because he was hungry? I decided to keep talking to distract his mind from food thoughts. "Tell me what it is about Kenya that you love so much." Lawrence sat up. "I'll show you," he said. Reaching for a glossy travel book from a pile of books on the floor, he opened it. "This is the National Reserve. Look at these beautiful wide open plains. There are so many animals that live in the nature reserves in Kenya. You just don't see animals like that around here." Lawrence flipped through the pages with photographs of lions and elephants and zebras and wildebeest. He stopped at a page that had pictures of pink birds with skinny legs. What are those? Go try them. Pink. They're pink. Flamingos.
Dang, I'm gone with the car.
Yes. "This," he said, slamming his weighing on the page dramatically, "is why I need to go." Lawrence looked at me. "Do you see what I mean?" "Yes," I said, nodding in agreement, pretending to understand what he meant. "Thank you. I'm glad that you see it too, that I'm actually a flamingo." Okay, let's read that part again. He says, "Do you see what I mean?" That's the chicken. "Yes," I said, nodding in agreement, pretending to understand what he meant. Chicken talking again. "Thank you. I'm glad that you see it too, that I'm actually a flamingo." All right, boys and girls, does he look like a flamingo?
No.
I don't think so. "A flamingo," I repeated firmly, trying my best not to laugh out loud. Lawrence doesn't look anything like a flamingo. He looks like a chicken. "I don't belong here with ordinary birds. I belong here." He paused to read the caption at the bottom of the photograph. "In the Lake Nakarui National Park with other flamingos. That is my real home, and it's the only place where I can truly be happy." He slammed the book shut and clasped his wings together. The thing that stopped me from laughing at Lawrence was the fact that I was in a very bad situation. At any moment, he would remember how hungry he was and slurp me up like a piece of spaghetti. I needed to use every part of my whole worm brain to come up with a cunning plan to escape from the birdhouse. And we will stop there, but just want to point out the picture. So this is chicken, flamingo. Do they look the same? No. All right, so you can choose to be the kind of leader that you would follow and make it a great day. So long.